Struggling with prop firms? Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today's gonna be a different kind of video. Not showing the average, because I'm actually bored where I show passing these little 10k accounts in 1-2 days, and it's boring now. It's boring, right? But obviously the whole point of me doing this was to show that you can start small, get these payouts, start purchasing these bigger accounts. But now I'm focusing on somewhere else now. Still on a smaller 10k account. And I want to show you the power of the trend and how powerful it actually is, right? People don't understand. All we're doing is trading with the current in the direction of the river. That's it. And now I'm only going to start focusing on NASDAQ and gold. Only two pairs. Now, obviously, traded Forex for a very long time. Still will continue to do so. But there's a simple reason why. Gold and NASDAQ, why they're really starting to grow on me, is simply because the risk to rewards can be absolutely insane, right? Number two, zero commissions for NASDAQ, and for gold it's pretty much zero anyway. So that's another reason. And another reason is it hardly goes into drawdown. If my trade goes like even 50%, 40, 30% into drawdown, it's an early indicator for me. Just put the camera, sort the camera a bit up. It's an early indicator for me that the trade is not going to work out, and I can just end it early. So if I'm risking, let's just say on this 10k particular account, $100, I will only lose 30, 40, if you want to call it. Call it 50. But I'm aiming for like a 1 to 5, so it actually works out like a 1 to 10, because every time it hits my stop loss, it's only half. Now, but what I'm going to show you history as well, right? Because it's all about transparency, and I'm not actually trading my break and retest with this. I'm doing something else, and just to prove the point. Now you're probably like, oh my god, he's lost so many trades and he's only won one, right? Now, because there's something, I'm trading the break and retest, but it's not that one that obviously my students and what I trade. All I'm doing, I'm just trying to prove the point. All I'm aiming for is the direction of the trend, right? But I want you to focus on something. By the way, this should have hit a 1 to 5, well, 500. Look at my losses. I'm losing a quarter, right? I'm losing a quarter. But even so, really think about it. What is this 1 to 3? Even if I was losing a 50, it would have been a 1 to 6. But I'm not even losing 1 to... This is a 1 to 12 RR. This 3% gain is a 1 to 12 RR. I've not traveled the 1 to 12 distance. The way I've managed my stop loss. Now, it's only 10k account. I don't even care if I blow this. But I just use this as the training ground. And it's all about transparency. And obviously I wanted to show you that. But what I'm just trying to say is direction of the trend, right? So gold, for example, here, very bullish. Now let me just show you something as well in the Discord community. By the way, link will be in the video description if anyone is interested of joining. Almost up to 1600 members. This was a trade that I took earlier on, so as you can see here, UK time 11:23 a.m. This one I took around 8:52 a.m. Obviously this is the elite community where the elite students be. I should one-to-one mentorship, but this is just for the public, general community. So this was at 8:52. This by then I was already in profit, right? And then around here, you can't fake these pips here, these points, whatever you want to call these tickers, whatever. So by then, I mean, short while after, I posted another, and this was like, we were up literally flying. Then I just ended the trade, which I posted in the winning section. By the way, if anyone is also interested, just I made a course that's pretty much super affordable for everyone as well. Shows you the exact same edge that I personally use, and I again made it super affordable for everyone. I think it's lagging a little, and you can just see literally, yeah, probably the most affordable course on the... Okay, so I'm just gonna minimize this so you can see. I'm just having a bit of a trouble with the, because what I did was I removed all the currencies by accident, So just click on view and navigate. I had to bring a navigator and market watch back in. Anyway, so we're running nicely in profit. So coming back to the point, what I want to show you was obviously NASDAQ. Now with NASDAQ, as you can see, overall, if I go on the daily, we are bullish. If I go on the 4-hour, we are pretty much bullish. But especially, you don't have to go that far out though. On the 4-hour, we are pretty much bullish. Now, a lot of people might start thinking, oh, we are actually bearish because this price from here has broken this low. That is normally usually where the confusion normally starts. Now there's many indicators on TradingView. I made so many videos that you can yes, we are bearish. That will normally give you the idea, are we actually bearish? Is the trend actually bearish? At this moment of time, from this point on, we have actually become bullish again, right? Simply because there's a bit of a resistance created here. We've got the breakout, and that's one of the reasons, obviously the reason for the trade. But now the reason why I've lost so many trades, right? It's simply because I deliberately made my stop loss way smaller than it actually should be. Way smaller. So obviously what I normally use with gold and what I normally use with NASDAQ, I made it much smaller, and then even put my stop loss to 50%. That's even made it even more smaller. So basically the idea obviously is just trying to get as much risk reward, but still showing that if you trade with the trend and you have a tiny risk reward, still was possible, right? And that's the whole idea of this video, just showing you the actual power of the trend, because people don't understand. They don't they'll be hitting sells and buys left, right, center. Let me bring in a let me just move this one out of the way because it's still recording. Actually, I'll just leave it here. Yeah, I'll just leave it here. Where is the tool that I'm looking for? It's the line one. Let me just see. Yep, it's got this covering in. I couldn't see actually. So let me just, at this point, yes, we were bearish, then boom, right? Now you can use trend lines to guide you as well. This point on now, we are bullish. It is what it is. I'm only focused on buys. I'm only focused on buys. Obviously I've got my entry criterias, but still I'm being very aggressive with my stop loss, meaning just absolute tiny stop losses. And just to show you that, even if you can have a super tight stop loss and still you can pretty much pass these profit accounts, and still, because obviously if I had a very big stop loss hitting these 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s, easy, right? Easy. But I've just thought, just a bit of a test for myself, and just to show you guys as well that we're not running. Okay, by the way, let me just show you as well. So 25 is a quarter, right? So obviously meaning 1%, so it's a quarter of 1%. So we're losing 25, but look how much we're trying to gain. So in this case 400, which is I would say a 1 to 16 RR. Nice. Knowing that one of my winners can dwarf my losses. Look at this. Look how many I took. A 300. Your win rate can be absolutely garbage, right? Obviously what you see in the course and what you see with my mentorship students and all that, I have a good win rate, good risk reward, but this is just absolutely pushing this edge to the end, right? Just absolutely going on full burnout mode, testing it to its full ability, having that very super tight stop loss, and still we're profitable. Now let me give you an example, right? Now you're obviously going to look at the 10k account and think yeah, it's only I'm only up $86. So let's just put this into different scenario, right? So suppose this is a 100k account, right? That's $860. That 86 there is $860 on a 200k account. Double it, so that's almost 1700, whatever the number is, $1700. I'm just showing you can be stress free right, and still pass these get a bit itchy there, and still pass these challenges quite comfortably, I can walk away. And it's all good. You know, if this came back, if let's say if I lose both trades, and I mean if I lose 50, then I'm still in profit. Now the thing with 5% is obviously they want your you know, they want a minimum of 0.5%. So they want 3 profitable trades, but it's not 0.01 loss per day. They want 0.5% profit. Obviously if I lost both trades, that it wouldn't fit that criteria. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly show you this as well. And let me just, I'm going to break down a few of the other charts as well, just to show you guys. Just one moment. Now I don't know about you guys, but obviously look how the dollar opened on your USD JPY. Look at this. I've not seen something like this in a long time. This is absolutely insane. Obviously the government was shut, you know, it was closed for a few days, wherever. But this is insane. I don't know if it's opened up again. I don't know. I'll have to double check. But this is absolutely insane. I've never seen a gap like that. You know, I don't know the last time I've seen a gap like that. It's quite insane. If I was to trade close this like 4% up for the day, and if you look at this, this is all in one day. If you look at the day here, today is the 6th of September. This is all the 6th of September. And if you look at some of these trades as well, just to show you as well that how tight my stop loss was, just to again test the strategy to its full limit. Again, going with the trend, just to prove to you as well that the trend, trading with the trend, is the best way to go about it, especially if you're a beginner. You know, I took some of these trades. Like, look at this. I believe I opened this one. This one hit my stop loss straight away because that's how small my stop loss was. Boom, entered again. Hit my stop loss again. Boom, entered again. Literally, look at this. 1, 2, 3. 3 trades lost within about 2 time span of about 2 minutes. Let me see if I can find another one. No, these ones look a bit okay. This 20, yeah, this one, I don't know, but you know, just to show you that absolutely putting the foot down with this. It's not even the strategy, right? The strategy itself is crazy. I'm just abusing the stop loss, making it super tight, just to show you again. If these 2 trades hit TP, right, that's obviously phase 1 passed pretty much, because I know one's 4% up 400 and one I've put it on 500. I might even call it here, but then again, I just wanna, if this gets to 5% profit for the day, I'll be happy, because I mean on a 100k account, 200k account is silly money, right? On a 200k account, 10 grand, it's a nice amount. It's silly money in terms of obviously, because you know, and it is. I don't care if, you know, for me, 10 grand is I mean, pretty much, I'm sure for everyone, 10 grand is a lot of money. Okay, we're heading towards almost a 5% profit again. And another reason why I want to trade NASDAQ and gold, specifically focus on these two for a time being, they're monsters. The speed that they hit the TP as well, I absolutely love it. The speed that they hit the TP at is crazy. You know, so what will, okay, anyways, I wanted to go over some of these. Let me just remove the session indicator so you can see much better. Okay, so I mean, you can see this is just crazy. I'll just move myself out of the way so you can just focus on the charts. So we've got our, I mean, you know what, let's focus on today. Let's focus on what's happening today. I almost went here, right? But I just totally forgot that. Now, obviously, over the period of time, the market will be looking to fill this out. Maybe then some kind of news is going to come out. See, this is funny, right? A lot of people say that, you know, it's manipulation, market is rigged. There's somewhat going on, right? It's like, look at the market's gap, but then some kind of news will come out, I'm sure, over this week, you know, where all this will just get filled, and then it'll just continue going bullish, maybe, or whatever, bearish, whatever it wants to go. So if we're looking for this particular day, right, we are definitely bullish. There's no doubt about that. we are definitely bullish. Let me bring in more time frames. They always help, especially the bigger ones. So can go on the 4 hours, definitely bullish. 1 hour, I mean, we are bullish. There's no hiding in that. There's no denying that. So how you gonna look at UJ? Let me just mark some of these zones out for you. One level is here. Now you can obviously refine this even more. With this, people just complicate trading, and I have no idea why. No idea why. Look at this. I mean, clean breakout here. Price comes down. I'm sure if I go on the 1 minute, 5 minute time frame, you're gonna get some kind of rejection. Even if you're not, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's totally fine. Let's just say we don't use that one. I mean, look at this. Right? Look at this. This was support. We got wicks out rejections, resistance, support here. Price breaks through. We have rejections here. Price closes above. Even if you lose this trade, it doesn't matter. But obviously, if you want to refine this even more, and this is one of the reasons why I use key levels, not actually zones. Any of my students that again watching, they will know. Overall, I know we are bullish. You know, obviously now on the 1 hour time frame, those zones. I'm just giving an example, right? Obviously, I'm not going to extreme detail, but this would have been pretty much a winning trade for sure. Again, I can't bother going to the 1 minute looking for the rejection. You get the idea. Now obviously I like to use like a 5 to 6 pip super tight stop loss. That's a 1 to 5 RR there. Very, very simple. Easy, man. Easy. I'm not a trendline trader, by the way, if anyone just tuned in right now into the video, just skip forward and all that. For a second I just had tuned in as if I'm doing a live stream. As much as I would love to, I'm sure you don't want to sit here pretty much so many hours of the day just listening to me going on mumbo jumbo talking nonsense. But maybe one day. Should we close it? I mean, 4.5% in 1 day's work on a little mega tanky account. Not bad, eh? Not bad. I think I'm gonna keep on going. So is this NASDAQ. Let me check out gold. Gold is a thing of beauty, you know. Gold is just doing its thing. So just letting it run, and I'm gonna let it run, and then or should we just close it here? I'm just gonna let it run. Actually, just gonna let it run. I'll be back later. We're running around 4% in profit. Just going with the trend again. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Now, what do you notice from here? By the way, let me change the color of this blue. But what do you notice here, guys? It goes steeper. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? I don't want to use that green. Let's color it, keep it black. It means price, the trend, the speed of the current has just picked up pace. Right? Now, obviously, if we meet a resistance level, which we have, it also, it could be like a boiling point where it might just do a U-turn, it might just break through, it might just, anything can basically still happen. Gold is making obviously all-time highs, a very, very strong daily bullish candle. It's in the 6 hours way it looks like. So in the 4 hours. Now this pattern here, right, let me just move this out of the way now. It's one of the ones I don't like. Why, you may ask? Because it's one of those where, have you ever seen it where it's like a doji, then next candle comes flying back down? and also what time frame are we on, the 4 hours. So this candle is still another 2 hours to yet to close, pretty much another 2 hours, 2 p.m. We've got 2 hours and how long? 2 hours and about 13 minutes. So still, it gives you enough time to just absolutely just tank and drop. Now also what I showed you earlier with UJ, if market is looking to fill that gap, dollar wants to fall, that should only help gold to go further up, right? Hopefully, but you know, we'll see. At the end of the day, market can do whatever the hell it wants, doesn't care what I think. I think this is a nice gain for the day, just to show you guys, you know. But these are nowhere near. These TPs are nowhere near where I want them to be. Prices reached nowhere near where I wanted it to reach. NASDAQ is booming a bit. Yep, definitely. NASDAQ is. I'm just looking at my other chart with the screen. Do you know what I might do with gold? I might just end gold here. Mind them both here actually. Then again, man, I know what I know what the data shows me, man. So these are the emotions. Even though it's a small little baby 10k account, it's like it's just stretching off there. You know, it's like, should we close it or should we close it not? Not to close or to close. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. See, if that starts turning a bit bearish, that candle there, might just turn gold off. Now gold is bullish. Gold is bullish. We just want to go with the direction of the trend. Just want to go in the direction of the trend. As much as we want to turn bearish. Another thing, I'll just turn all my candles white. Remove the emotions. Think I might just, you know what, I might close this simply because now I'm gonna speak. See, okay, I just remembered something, right? The roadmap that I've created for myself. Okay, that just blasted up. By the way, that was NASDAQ that just boomed up. So the roadmap that I've created for myself is, if I'm in drawdown, and I show this to my students as well, if I'm in drawdown, I want to what do you call it? Just my mind's gone blank. If I'm in drawdown, I want to cover my loss and get back to break even, have a little bit of profit. If my risk reward is, for example, 1 to 15 RR, if I'm 3% down, I don't want to focus on the 1 to 15. I'll take the 1 to 10, 1 to 8, just to get to break even and a little bit of profit, right? So that is the idea behind. That's how you should go about it. Rather than, you know, then once you're in profit, once you're in a little bit of break even or a little bit of profit, then you start going for the bigger moves. So you got to think of it like that. I got to think of it like this. Suppose I lose both trades. How would I feel? Because I'll come back down to 10.36 because I'm losing 25, right? So the mindset is, you know, am I okay with coming back down to 10.36, or am I okay with almost 5% up in profit? And then if I'm up 5% profit, am I okay for the watching my traders afterwards hitting my TPs of 4%, which is really 8%, and I'm really securing around 4% because really that's what it is, right? It's 4%. If I close both positions right now, it's 4%. So you gotta see, this is where rules are super important, because when you start thinking like an idiot, including myself right now, but I'm just looking at my over to my the wall where I literally have my rules. They keep you in lane, they keep you sober, they keep you in check. So look at that. Remember, it came down to like 350, then it just jolted back up to 420. These have, the main thing is why people go wrong, and why I think they don't. The number one reason I think is you have to have enough belief in your trading system. Now I could do something else. This position over here in NASDAQ, I can close it at 300. When backtested data tells me I should be closing at 500 or 450 basically, but I can secure that 300, I'll be up almost 4% anyway. And then letting that other remaining 150. Well, I'm up 5.5%. I think, should we just close this? We'll close this because I'll just come back. See, now I'm liking gold. This is what I like, but I know gold likes to, it's a bit of a trickster. It's a bit of a trickster. It's a bit of a trickster. Okay, now we're almost up 5%. Nice. Just want to make a different kind of video Monday morning, where we're just doing a bit of psychology as well. You know, breaking some trading rules. I'm just showing that when you trade with the trend, how powerful it actually is. You know, look at that. One click of a button and this should all close full. That's why I love magic keys. I can put a stop loss to entry, literally. I can close half the positions, which I probably should do as well. Okay, now we are up almost, we are up 5%. See, this is looking nice. I don't wanna, I'm out with that one. Okay, now we're up 4% anyway. With gold, I'm at break even. I put my trade at break even. And this is almost at 6%. But what is this? Gold? Yeah, gold is nowhere near where I want it to be. So, you know what I'm thinking? Closing half my position, putting this at 500, closing half of that, putting this at 500, and letting the remaining trade just run simply to 200. If I just hit my, let me just mark up this. NASDAQ was a beautiful trade. But let me just clean this up a little. Goldilocks. If it gives me about 4%, which, trust me, when I say go for gold, this 400 is I don't even need the 400, do I? How much do I need? 375. Call it 384. And this will just be phase 1. Even though the 2 remaining days will be left, but that's even if I do hit this. If I close it right now, I'll be up 6%. And then what? Come back to collect, because I need to do the 0.5%, 2 days of trading days anyway. Just to show you guys. And one thing I like about 5% is this is not for the faint-hearted trader who's a gambler. If you need to have a real edge, you need to have a proper edge, only then this will work for you, right? Because this is not hit that 8% target and then 0.01 loss, right? This is, even if you hit your target on day 1, you need to make 0.5%, and if you lose that first 0.5% or the second 0.5%, now you're going backwards, and then you gotta make 1.5% or 1% or 2%. I think we're at break even, and I like where I'm at, 4%. I'm gonna hold this, and we'll just let this run. We will just let this run. Yeah.